大家好，又到了月亮姐姐讲故事的时间了。今天给大家带来的是成语故事叶公好龙。月亮姐姐会分别用中文和英文来为大家讲述这个故事。I will tell the story in both Chinese and English. We will go Chinese first and followed by the English story. 请大家点赞、收藏、分享，并开启小铃铛哟。Please like, and subscribe. 叶公好龙。古时候有个叫叶公的人，他有个特别了不起的爱好，超级喜欢龙。他有多喜欢呢？如果你去他家做客，一定会被吓一跳。他家的大门上刻着龙，屋里的柱子上盘着龙，墙壁上画着龙。看看他身上吧，穿的衣服上绣着龙，佩戴的宝剑上雕着龙，就连喝酒的杯子、穿的鞋子上也全是龙的图案。叶公每天最大的乐趣就是伏在案头画龙。他一边画一边美滋滋地想：啊，龙真是世界上最威武、最神奇的宝贝了。他逢人就炫耀他满屋子的藏品，拍着胸脯说：我叶公这一辈子唯独爱龙，别的都不爱。叶公爱龙的大名传啊传，一直传到了天上的天庭。一条正在云端休息的真龙听说了这件事儿，他竖起耳朵，瞪大了眼睛，心里特别感动。咦，凡间居然能有这么懂我、这么爱我的人类，我一定要亲自下凡去拜访他，好好谢谢他。于是乎，天空突然风云色变，乌云密布，雷电交加。真龙腾云驾雾，带着呼呼的风声，向着叶公的家飞了下来。咣当一声巨响，正在屋里画画的叶公吓了一跳，他猛地抬起头，瞬间惊呆了。只见一个巨大无比的龙头挤破了窗户探了进来，那双眼睛像铜铃一样闪着光，长长的龙须在空中飘动，巨大的鼻孔里呼哧呼哧地喷着热气。与此同时，他那粗壮的尾巴哗啦一下扫进了大堂，把桌椅板凳撞得东倒西歪。天哪，这不是画上那种呆板的龙，这是能呼风唤雨、威风凛凛的真龙啊！叶公瞬间吓得魂飞魄散，脸都变青了，嘴里发出变了调的尖叫声：哇呀呀，有怪物啊，救命啊！他扔了画笔，转身就跑。因为太慌张了，帽子跑歪了，鞋子也跑掉了一只。他连滚带爬，最后嗖的一下钻到了最结实的桌子底下。他紧紧地抱着脑袋，缩成一团，瑟瑟发抖，紧闭着双眼，连看都不敢看真龙一眼。真龙看到叶公这副狼狈不堪、吓破了胆的样子，愣住了。他原本以为会受到热烈的欢迎，却没想到把叶公吓成了这副模样。真龙长长地叹了一口气，眼神里充满了失望。唉，原来他嘴上说爱龙，其实爱的并不是真正的我，而是那些像龙却不是龙的假东西啊！说完，真龙摇摇头，转身飞回了云层之中。雨停歇了，天空出现了一道美丽的彩虹。叶公瘫坐在乱七八糟的院子里，惊魂未定。他看着满屋子被毁坏的假龙装饰，又低下头。他看着手里那张 画得呆板无神的龙图。这一刻，叶公终于明白了自己真正的内心。叶公好龙这个故事告诉我们，有些人表面上声称非常喜欢某些事物，但是实际上并不是真心爱好，甚至当真正接触到事物本质时，反而会害怕、抵触。现在我们常用叶公好龙来比喻口头上说爱好某事物，实际上并不真爱好，甚至畏惧它。Long, long time ago, there lived a man named Lord Ye. He had a very special hobby. He really, really loved dragons. Just how much did he love them? If you visited his home, you would be shocked. His front gates were carved with dragons. The pillars inside were wrapped in dragons, and the walls were painted with dragons. And look at him! His clothes were embroidered with dragons. His sword was engraved with dragons, and even his wine cup and the tip of his shoes were shaped like dragon heads. Lord Ye's greatest joy was bending over his desk every day to paint dragons. As he painted, he would happily think, "Ah, dragons! Dragons are the most magical treasures in the world." He invited people to his home. He bragged to everyone he met. "You know, in my whole life, I love nothing but dragons." The fame of Lord Ye's love for dragons spread far and wide, all the way up to the heavens. A real dragon resting in the clouds heard about this. He pricked up his ears, eyes wide, and felt very touched. Huh! Is there really a human down there who understands me and loves me so much? I must go down and thank him personally. So the sky suddenly changed color. Dark clouds gathered, and thunder crashed. The real dragon rode the clouds and mist, descending towards Lord Year's house with a mighty roar of wind. Woo! Woo! Crash! A massive noise shook the house. Lord Ye, busy painting, looked up with a start and froze. A massive dragon's head had smashed through the window and was peering right in. Its eyes shined like copper bells. Its long whiskers floated in the air, and hot steam puffed through his giant nostrils. At the same time, its massive tail swished into the main hall, knocking over tables and chairs. Heavens! This wasn't a stiff painting. This was a living, breathing, real dragon that could call the wind and summon the rain. Lord Ye was scared out of his wits. His face turned green, and he let out a high-pitched scream. "Wah! A monster! Help me!" He threw down his brush and ran for his life. In his panic, his head went crooked, and he lost a shoe. He scrambled and crawled until he whooshed under the sturdiest table he could find. He hugged his head tight, curled into a ball, and shook uncontrollably. He kept his eyes squeezed shut, not daring to even take one look at the real dragon. The real dragon was stunned to see Lord Ye so terrified and pathetic. He had expected a warm welcome, not this. The real dragon let out a long sigh. His eyes filled with disappointment. It turns out he says he loves dragons, but he doesn't love the real me. He only loves those fake things that look like dragons but aren't. With that, the real dragon shook his head and flew back up into the clouds. The storm passed, and a rainbow appeared in the sky. Lord Ye collapsed in his messy yard, still in shock. He looked at the broken dragon decorations all over the house, and then looked down at the paper in his hand, a painting to a stiff, lifeless dragon. In that moment, Lord Ye finally understood his own heart. 叶公好龙. This story tells us that sometimes people claim to love something very much, but they don't actually love the real thing. In fact, when faced with the reality of it, they might even fear it. We use this idiom to describe someone who claims to love what they really fear or do not understand. The end.